Hey guys, welcome to Praça Tiradents in Ouro Preto, an important colonial town located about an hour and a half outside of Belo Horizonte in the state of Minas Gerias. Ouro Preto is a city of churches, cobblestone streets, hilly narrow passageways and colonial houses with cute little balconies. It's also very famous for its comida mineira. If you know any of this food, comment below. As you can see, it is super colonial. This square was named after this guy, Tiradentes. He was the martyr who fought for Brazilian independence here in Brazil, obviously. And as you can see, it's full of people, lively, lots of things going on, a few cars being hit. And I think there's 23 churches in this city. So I'm gonna show you a few of those churches. Unfortunately, because of COVID restrictions, a lot of the churches are closed, but they're still beautiful to look at from the outside. If you've been to Ouro Preto, like this video and tell me in the comments some of the things I should see. And I've heard that the comida mineira is the best in Brazil. Let me know what I need to eat. Give yourself 2 days here. The first day, walking around the city, and the second day, take a bus tour. All of the historical centre can be appreciated on foot. But don't forget to bring your trainers to navigate the narrow cobblestone streets. Unfortunately, because of COVID, this magnificent church was closed. The architectural detail of this church and all the churches in the city is insane. And as you can see, the white, beige and yellow colours of the church can be found right throughout the city. Look at this white and yellow church on the hill in the distance. Ouro Preto was super important for the Portuguese Empire back in the 18th century. And it is said that over 800 tons of gold were moved from Ouro Preto outside to Portugal, which is why it gets the name Ouro Preto, which in Portuguese means black gold. Yeah, this was a super important place, and it was actually the capital of Belo Horizonte. No, it was the capital of Minas Gerais before Belo Horizonte became the capital. Have a look at this view right here, everybody. When I came here about 3 years ago, I noticed that there was markets here and I can see them again, so I'm gonna go check them out. So let's see how we go. This market stands opposite Igreja São Francisco. Here you can find dozens of small stands that predominantly sell objects made from local soapstone, be it jewellery, religious statues, trinket boxes, plaques, and of course, cookware. The rolling hills of Minas Gerais are captured beautifully in this image. Houses lay elegantly on the hill. Here you can see a typical street with the cobblestones and the colourful white houses. This house still had Christmas decorations, which I thought was quite cute. It was time for lunch and I had feijão tropeiro, a local mineiro dish. It's basically beans and that's it. It would be rude to have lunch without having a local beer from the region. Ouro Pretana, I had the pale ale, which was a little dark and a little strong, but absolutely delicious. So when you're on holidays, what else is there to do except to drink a nice cold local beer from the Ouro Preto region? I tried the red one, the pink one earlier, and now it's time for the green one. And it's kind of strange because they give you like this weird card and I got a sandwich, so they mark that off, and then on the other side I got a beer. So and then when at the end you'll take it up and you'll pay for it. And look at this view. Amazing, right? Look at the blue sky and the great streets. Excellent. So this place is just off. You can see Praça Tiradents there. It's right on the corner. It's called Sanduíche Ouro Preto. And yeah, you can get sandwiches, you can get beers, you can get pão de queijo, you can get all sorts of stuff here. So it's got everything. I was just walking past this shop and this guy was like holding out a beer and he was like, yeah, why don't you drink it? So I thought, why the hell not? Here goes. Cheers. Here, I've got my mask and I'm walking home. I want to show you a different side of the city because I feel like all that I've shown you right now is just the beautiful amazing things. And I feel like the area that I'm staying in is kind of like the real Ouro Preto, where people live, where people grow, where they do everything. So here, let me show you exactly what I mean. This is the street where I'm staying at, and then if you look up to my left, you can see where I'm living, and then if we come down here, you can see more of the houses and more of the gardens. Now this is in stark contrast to what I've been showing you. I actually think like this is the real Brazil. I got a drink off this guy who was like, oh, why don't you take a drink? Okay, I'll spend my last 7 reais on a beer. I've just had breakfast. I'm going to show you what I had for breakfast, but take a look at this view. Day 2 here in Ouro Preto, Brazil, and look at what I get to wake up to. So guys, as I was saying yesterday, gold was found here, and about 800 tons of gold was shipped out to the Portuguese Empire. And the first lot of gold, I have my notes on my hand, the first part of gold was found in 1693. And it is said that the population grew over to 100,000, of which 2/3 were slaves. So basically the slaves from Africa built this town. And obviously the history is incredibly sad, incredibly dark, but this place is beautiful, and yeah, unfortunately such a beautiful place has a dark history, and we get to appreciate how beautiful it is these days. So if I can compare it to anywhere in Brazil, I would say it compares to Paraty, which is a coastal town in Rio de Janeiro, or Sucre in Bolivia, which is the capital of Bolivia. So you can also see the cobblestones. This place is super hilly, and if you're not careful, you're gonna fall over. Lots of cobblestones, and it's quite slippery, so I've actually seen a few people trip, so be careful if you come to Ouro Preto. Here's just a random little church, and then here again you can see the beautiful cobblestones and the church in the distance. Absolutely amazing. Okay, let's go up this hill and get a coffee. So I'm in this cafe called Imperio do Cafe Ouro Preto, and you can see behind me like lots of cool art pieces. So let's go and check them out. If anyone knows the name of any of these dishes, please let me know in the comments. What's up? Welcome to nighttime in, I almost forgot where I was, man. I just had a pizza and 2 big beers. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a little bit drunk. I've got a couple of bottles of cachaça. Sugar. Got a couple of bottles of cachaça that I bought on the tour that I did. He gave me like 3 shots to try, and I felt guilty not buying one. And I bought 2, so whatever. I'm on holidays. So this is Paraty by night. Looks okay. It's quite chill, not much happening. As I said, I don't really know where the bars are, but they're definitely not like in the center. The place that I just went is probably the cheapest place in the city. I paid 55 reais for a pizza and 2 we call them largies in Australia, but large bottles. And that seemed to get me pretty drunk. So I'm gonna go up to the Praça Tiradents, the main plaza, and show you the plaza by night. So let's go and check it out. So here I am in Praça Tiradents. You can see there's still a Christmas tree here. That museum looks good. As I said, unfortunately it's closed. But let's turn around, and this is the rest of the plaza. Looks okay, not much going on, but yeah, as I said, it's missing like bars on the plaza. There's no bars here. I don't know what's happening. Ouro Preto is a must-see if you ever visit Brazil. Don't forget guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel to stay updated with my life here in Brazil. It really helps me and the channel out. I'm so excited to show you everything that Brazil has to offer. See you next time.